friends, it's Valerie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this week's What's for Dinner. If you are new here, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and join my YouTube family. And don't forget to leave a like or comment down below. It really does help my channel. I've got 3 inspirational meals for you today like normal, but I'm also going to start including other meals that I've made throughout the week that I didn't necessarily film like a full recipe for. But of course I will still have my main 3 and you'll just get some additional bonus for more ideas. I know a lot of people really love that. And I've also had this idea recently to, and let me know what you guys think about that, is to start like involving you in sending me recipes. I would love for you guys to send me recipes, and you guys know that you are my YouTube family, so I thought the idea would be really cool to do like family dinners, and you guys could just send me ideas in and I could do them. And I'd say maybe like 1 a month in the beginning here. It just will depend on how many recipes I get sent in. If I start getting a lot sent in, then you know, I can increase that, but we'll just start out with once a month. I'll include one of these family dinners into a regular What's for Dinner video, and let me know what you think about that down below in the comments, and let's just get started. You're going to want to start off by taking some shallow dishes or bowls, and then you're going to go ahead and place half a cup of panko breadcrumbs in one side, and then to that you're going to add a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese and a teaspoon of garlic salt and some lemon pepper, just a dash of lemon pepper, and then 3 tablespoons of Hidden Valley Ranch powder. You can add 1 packet, that's the same thing, and then just go ahead and mix that all together. And the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of melted butter in another container. I ended up needing double of that, so about 4 tablespoons melted in the end. And now I'm just taking my baking dish and getting that prepared with a little bit of cooking spray. And I have 3 thin chicken breasts here, and I'm just going to go ahead and dip that into the butter, and then we're going to go ahead and dip that into the panko mixture. And this is where later on I just ran out of butter and had to add more. But yeah, and my panko wasn't, like, it was sticking on, but it wasn't as coated as I would have liked. So I just kind of like pressed some on, or tried pressing it in as best I could first. I shook it around. As you can see, I flip it and it's got like, it's not as coated as I'd like. So I just kind of took some and pressed it in, and that worked perfectly to get like a thicker coat. I really wanted this to be nice and crunchy. And then just go ahead and repeat that with all of your chicken breasts. And then after you've placed your prepared chicken into your baking dish, you're going to go ahead and top that with 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I just went ahead and drizzled that along the top. And we're going to go ahead and bake this at 350 degrees for about 40 minutes. And I did broil it. In the recipe, it's called for broiling at the last 5 minutes. I would be careful with that and just keep an eye on it. You don't want to burn it. I got my sides ready while that was baking. These are the 2 that I chose. I chose some white cheddar mac and cheese from Cracker Barrel and the watermelon salad kit. This was my mac and cheese already. There's that chicken out of the oven. I had a couple of you asking about this salad kit when I first had it in my grocery haul video, and it was really delicious. I love the roasted almonds and roasted watermelon seeds that are included in there, and then the feta, and the watermelon vinaigrette is very delicious, nice, fresh, light, and has that sweet taste. I would have liked more feta, so you could just add your own feta. It would be way better with more feta in it, but this was really delicious. I loved this chicken a lot. That crust was so flavorful. If you're sensitive to the taste of salt, just remember this is made with Parmesan and ranch powder, and it uses garlic salt and butter. And maybe you might want to cut back and use like unsalted butter or just garlic powder instead of garlic salt, and that will definitely help you in that area. I thought it was delicious and fine, but I could see how it could go from perfectly fine to overly salty. So for tonight's dinner, we're just having something really easy. I just wanted to get something done really quick. Wasn't really feeling like cooking. So we're going to just have some sandwiches. I have this nut and grain bread. I really love this bread a lot. Then we picked up some of the honey maple turkey breast and white American cheese. I have some salami I need to use up, so I figured we'll just use that as well. I have some Grillo's pickles because I love them. Condiments, just your basics, ketchup. Well, I don't like ketchup, but my boyfriend likes ketchup. I like mayonnaise and mustard. Then we'll probably just have some chips on the side, probably Cool Ranch for both of us. And I have a red onion and just some leafy green lettuce. And here's my yummy sandwich. Look how good that looks. It's got so much lettuce. I love lettuce. But yeah, there's the salami turkey, the cheese, got my pickles, chips. I toasted my bread a little bit, and I already know this is going to be delicious. I'm starting off by prepping my ingredients for this, so I'm going to start off with my green beans, taking about a pound's worth, cutting off the ends. You can cut them off, snap them off, do whatever you like there, and just let those go ahead and pat them dry. And then we're going to get started on the sauce for the salmon. It's going to be about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons worth of oyster sauce. This is all like kind of around the measurements. I'm not exact measurements here, but about a tablespoon's worth of honey, tablespoon's worth of minced ginger, tablespoon to 2 tablespoons of garlic, and then about a tablespoon of red pepper flakes, and this is to taste. You can add more or less on heat preference for you. About a tablespoon of sesame oil, and then I'm just adding in some dark brown sugar, not really measuring that at all, at least a few tablespoons worth. It just depends if you like a thicker, sweeter sauce. I like that thick sweet sauce with that spice in it. So just to do that, you're going to go ahead and taste your sauce and just to preference on your sweetness. Then I've just got these nice sized salmon fillets that I'm going to go ahead and season with salt and pepper. I'm only doing the tops because my bottoms have a skin. It's not a preference for me for the skin, but it's what my store had, so I'm working with what I've got here. And I'm going to go ahead and dip that into, I just put a little plate with some flour in it, and I'm going to go ahead and dip the salmon into the flour and just kind of coat the sides of the flour. The skin doesn't really matter, of course. I'm going to end up peeling it off too in the end once it's cooked, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and coat that and just go ahead and repeat that on the other salmon fillet. And then kind of the way through, I realized I wanted these maybe to be thinner. So I went ahead and cut them into 2 strips and or 2 fillets. And on the open cut side, I just went ahead and dipped that into some more flour. I put some oil in the bottom of my frying pan here. And over like medium-high heat, I'm just going to go ahead and add my fillets in. I put them skin side down, and I'm going to let them fry for about 5 minutes on that side. And of course, that's going to depend. If you have really thick fillets, you're going to want a little longer. And then I cooked those on the other side for another 5 more minutes, or until my internal temperature was at least 145 degrees. Then I removed them from the pan, and to that same pan, I'm just adding in that sauce that we made, and I'm just going to go ahead and give that all a good stir. We're going to kind of like let this thicken up. It's going to start to bubble here and just really start to get a little caramelized and thickened, like a nice sauce basically. And once it's at that point, you're going to go ahead, you can see like how thick it is there. And I removed the skins, by the way, on my salmon. They're easy to just peel right off once it's cooked. So now I'm just placing those salmon fillets back in the pan, and I'm going to go ahead and just spoon that sauce over them. I want them nice and coated with that sauce. That sauce is delicious. For the green beans, I'm taking another skillet and I'm adding in about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. Then I'm adding my green beans in, stirring them to get coated with the oil, and I'm going to fry them for about 3 to 4 minutes. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons worth, 2 cloves worth of minced garlic and 1 teaspoon of like ginger, and just get them nice and coated and let that become fragrant for about another 30 seconds. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce and a tablespoon of this garlic chili sauce and about a half teaspoon of sesame oil. And I'm just going to go ahead and toss those with my tongs, get them all nice and coated in all that yummy flavor. And I'm going to go ahead and let those cook for about 3 more minutes till they're just like a nice tender crisp. If you want them softer, let them cook a little bit longer. I serve this with some brown rice, and this whole meal is delicious. You know by now we love salmon so much, and this is our favorite way now with this sauce. I put some sesame seeds on top of all of that, and this was absolutely just delicious. To go with my turkey burgers, I decided to make up one of these suddenly pasta salads. I found this sweet basil flavor I'd never tried before. It sounded really good with the red bell pepper, and it came with these little bits of red bell pepper, and I just wanted to show you that they'll be floating around in your water. And I just cooked that pasta up, made up the dressing. If you've never had one of these before, they are delicious, and they are really simple to put together. So just gotta throw that dressing together, and then you'll go ahead and pour that all in your pasta, give it a good stir. Now, there was a recommendation which I thought was delicious sounding was to add fresh basil, and I had some and didn't add it because I tasted it at this point, and at this point it was much stronger of a flavor, so I thought, oh, I don't need that, like it's got a very distinct basil flavor, but the pasta like absorbed all that, and so I would definitely add fresh basil next time I make this because it was really good salad. And I also wanted some potato wedge fries, like air fried ones, so I haven't had them in a while, and I had a bunch of potatoes to use up, so for this you can use however much potatoes you want, and I just clean those up, slice them into wedges. Gonna drizzle some avocado oil on those, and I'm using this Kinder's Buttery Steakhouse seasoning, just sprinkling that all over. I gave it a toss, it needed some more. It depends, of course, how heavily you like your fries seasoned. I like them very seasoned, so I went ahead and added some more of that and some of this Weber's garlic Parmesan seasoning that I found at Sam's Club. And I'm just going to toss that all together again, make sure they're all nice and coated. I put these on my air fryer tray. My air fryer tray is needing to get a non-stick mat on it. I'm going to do a video on something, like to cut one down soon for that. And I just air fried these for about 20 minutes at 400 to 405 degrees depending on your air fryer and how crispy you want them. Now I'm making these turkey burgers. These are the Jenny O turkey burgers. I don't have the packaging, but I included a little clip there on the screen of them if you wanted to buy them. They're really convenient and very tasty, so I'm just putting them in there for they require being on the pan for about 8-9 minutes on each side. I'm seasoning the top side with some hamburger seasoning. Obviously they were frozen prior, so I couldn't season them beforehand, so now I'm just flipping them after the 8-9 minutes, and at this point you'll see kind of like the tops will showed a little bit of pink juices coming up when they were cooking. I didn't really feel comfortable with that. I never do, so I like to flip them again for like another minute just to cook that off, and I sprinkled it with some seasoning since they were now defrosted on that side, and then I added some cheese on, let that melt, and these I just, there's the fries out of the air fryer. Nice and crispy the way I like them. These were delicious. They were probably my favorite way I've had them so far. And I just cut up some onion, got some lettuce, tomato, basic burger situation going on there. A special sauce would have been really great with this, but I just didn't make one this night, so I just used like mayonnaise and mustard. I put this on a nice like potato style bun. This was a really good meal, super convenient, super easy. I love the convenience of having these turkey burgers in my freezer, so you should definitely check those out. They're really good. Thanks so much for watching, friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you get notified when I put out new videos. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment down below, and I hope you all are having an amazing week.